Hi everyone, it's Marty with Pezzadoodle Designs, and I am here today to show you a really cool little tool that Susanna just got in at Susanna's Custom Art and Card Design. This is by Memory Keepers, and it is called the So Easy. It's really very simple, but really a clever idea. It's basically a piercing tool so that you can stitch on your cards, do some hand stitching. This is the head that it comes with. It's just a straight line. So you take your paper. I have this, I took this out of Pez's stash. It's just a foam piece, the craft foam, because you need something for your piercing tool to stitch into so it can go through your paper. And then you just simply run it across, and you have perfectly spaced little holes so that you can do some stitching. Now, not only that, but you can buy interchangeable little heads for this. So I'm going to try and show you real quick how easy it is. You just twist it to the side, pull it off. There's little notches that you can see to line up. Put the next one on. This one has several different ways that you can stitch these. I'll show you the holes that it makes. And so you can stitch them in several different ways. Here's the back of the paper that shows you a few ideas of what you can do with them. And then additionally there's a number of other different heads that you can buy as well, so that you can create quickly and easily holes that make it very easy to do some fancy stitching on any of your projects. Okay, you've pierced your holes, so now what? Stitching is so super easy. If you have had no experience with stitching, it's still really easy to put this to use and make something for your cards. Now we have these floss cards, which are also from the So Easy collection, and these are a really great way to get a bunch of different colors, especially if you have not necessarily been needle pointing or doing any kind of needlework before. You have 3 shades of each color per card, so you get a dark, a medium, and a light. I have turquoise, brown, and pink here. There's lots of other colors that you can check out over on Susanna's website. And then I am just using a basic sewing needle, or actually stitching needle I should say. And there's 2 stitches if you have never stitched anything before. You can Google these 2 stitches and get easy, simple directions, but the first one is just a simple back stitch. So I go up and then back 1, and then I go forward to the next hole, back 1, and with the tool your holes are perfectly spaced, exactly even, so you know that your stitches will be perfectly spaced and exactly even also. Now some other things I've done, the other stitch you'll want to Google is a blanket stitch. This is a great stitch along the edge. It gives you a border of thread here along the edge of your cardstock, and it comes up onto your cardstock, and the size of this stitch will depend on how far from the edge you do your little piercing with your So Easy tool. Now I have a couple of things I did with the crisscross head. That's this one, and obviously you can do it just like it shows on the head, but on here you can see I chose to do little points with the bottom 2 rows of piercing, and I put a bead at the top of each point as I was stitching, and then I just did the straight back stitch across the top. Hoping this is a good enough picture. The lighting is kind of bad, but I'll have photos also at the end of the video. Then I wanted to play around, see what else I could do with that same crisscross piercing head. So I did just a straight stitch and then a beaded piece in between along each of the pierced holes. But you can see how perfectly spaced it is because I use that little tool, so I don't have to worry about my spacing. The next head I used is this scalloped one. Makes scalloped piercing along the edge. So here again, I did that simple back stitch right along the border where I put my scallops. And then I have a glittered skittle attached at the point of each one. And you'll be seeing this on a card very soon. I did it specifically for this lady here. And then I did another one with the scallops, the same scallop piercing head. I did a blanket stitch along the edge here, so I have the edge of thread along the bottom of my cardstock, but instead of it being straight, it's got this scalloped look. And then to enhance it even further, I just did my back stitching along the top, so you get a really nice heavy border along your cards. And I used that brown, dark brown floss for this one. So again, this is a quick, easy way to add some stitching to your cards. Very inexpensive, great prices. Just use some fun foam under your tools so that it can pierce your paper. Maybe not hand-shaped, but you know, use what you have on hand, right? So I encourage you to go check these out in Susanna's store, Susanna's CustomArtAndCardDesign.com, and have fun with it.